What if Samsung's next flip phone finally fixes the biggest issue users have had for years? That small cover screen that never felt truly useful might finally be getting a major upgrade. New leaks have revealed some big changes coming to the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7, and this time, they might actually make the phone more practical, even when it's closed. The biggest change is all about the outer display. Based on leaked animation files from Samsung's upcoming One UI 8 software, it looks like the Z Flip 7 could feature a cover screen that stretches edge to edge. But here's the interesting part. This new display might wrap around the two rear cameras, giving it a much cleaner and more modern look. If this is true, Samsung may finally be ready to compete head-on with Motorola and Xiaomi when it comes to making the cover screen more than just a notification checker. Right now, the Z Flip 6 has a 3.4-inch screen on the outside, which works for checking the time, notifications, or maybe snapping a selfie. But most users found it too small to do anything serious. The leak suggests that the Flip 7 might come with a 4-inch AMOLED panel on the outside. It doesn't sound like a huge difference, but in real use, that extra screen space can make the phone feel completely different. Think replying to messages, reading emails, or even navigating using maps, all without flipping the phone open. And Samsung isn't doing this in a vacuum. Motorola's Razr Plus already has a 3.6-inch outer screen that can run full Android apps. Xiaomi's upcoming Mix Flip is also rumored to have a similar edge-to-edge front panel. These brands are clearly pushing the idea that users want to do more on the outside screen, treating it almost like the main display. Samsung, up until now, has been more conservative with that idea, focusing instead on solid build quality, a reliable hinge, and water resistance. But now, it looks like Samsung is catching up. The leak also hints that One UI 8 could offer built-in support for full apps on the outer display. Previously, users had to rely on workarounds like Good Lock to force apps to run on the cover screen. Native support means smoother performance, better battery optimization, and a more polished user experience right out of the box. Speaking of hardware, here's what we might see in terms of specs. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 is rumored to have a 6.85-inch dynamic AMOLED main screen with a 120Hz refresh rate for a smooth, responsive feel. The outer screen could be a 4-inch AMOLED panel, likely running at 60 Hz. Under the hood, we're expecting the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, although some regions might get Samsung's own Exynos 2500 chip. It may come with 12 GB of RAM and either 256 or 512 GB of internal storage. For the camera setup, leaks point to a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 10-megapixel front-facing camera for selfies and video calls. Battery-wise, the Flip 7 could come with a 4300 mAh battery and 25-watt wired charging. Software-wise, it's likely to run Android 16 with One UI 8 pre-installed. Samsung is expected to launch the Flip 7 in July 2025, and if these leaks turn out to be accurate, this might be the first time the company offers a flip phone that doesn't feel like a compromise when it's closed. A larger outer screen, proper app support, and solid specs could finally give Samsung the edge it needs in the flip phone market. So what do you think? Would a more useful outer display make you consider buying a foldable phone? Or do you still prefer the traditional slab-style smartphones? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more updates on the latest tech leaks and news.
Apple might be on the verge of something huge with the iPhone 17 Pro. Recent reports suggest the company could get access to TSMC's cutting-edge 2nm chips earlier than expected, possibly by 2025. If this turns out to be true, it would mean a significant jump in both performance and battery life for the iPhone 17 Pro, making it one of the most powerful smartphones Apple has ever made. Up until now, it was widely believed that the iPhone 17 lineup would use chips based on TSMC's third-generation 3nm process, known as N3P. The current iPhone 16 models already run on second-generation 3nm chips called N3E, offering slight improvements in speed and efficiency. While these upgrades make a difference, they are more of an incremental step rather than a breakthrough. However, the latest report from Digitimes changes everything. It claims Apple could introduce 2nm chips in the iPhone 17 Pro, which would be much earlier than expected. But what does a 2nm chip actually mean for everyday use? Early estimates suggest this technology could boost performance by up to 15%, while improving efficiency by around 30% compared to the iPhone 16 Pro's 18 Pro chip. That means not only a faster experience, but also improved power management, potentially leading to longer battery life. If Apple successfully implements this, the iPhone 17 Pro could outperform competitors in terms of speed and energy efficiency. What's even more interesting is that Apple might not limit this new chip to just the Pro model. The report suggests the iPhone 17 Air could also feature the same 2nm technology. If true, it would be a major step forward for Apple's non-Pro models, giving them a significant performance boost. However, the standard iPhone 17 is expected to stick with a 3nm chip, likely due to production costs and availability. This development could also give Apple a strong lead over Samsung. The upcoming Galaxy S25 series is expected to use 3nm chips, most likely an improved Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 or Exynos 2500. While these processors will be powerful, Apple's shift to 2nm technology would put them ahead in the competition, especially in terms of speed, power efficiency, and AI capabilities. That said, not everyone is convinced that this will happen so soon. Renowned analyst Ming-Chi Kuo previously predicted that Apple wouldn't introduce 2nm chips until the iPhone 18 series in 2026. If Apple has decided to speed up this timeline, it would be a surprising move. While Digitimes has had a good track record with Apple leaks, it's important to take this information with some caution, as plans could still change. Even if the iPhone 17 Pro doesn't get a 2nm chip, there are still plenty of exciting upgrades rumored for this device. Leaks suggest Apple is considering a major design overhaul, possibly featuring a camera bar similar to what's seen on Google's Pixel phones. Additionally, there are talks of a new 48-megapixel periscope camera, which could enhance zoom capabilities and improve overall photography. On the software side, iOS 19 is expected to debut alongside the iPhone 17 series. Apple always fine-tunes its software to take full advantage of new hardware, so users can likely expect new features designed to maximize the upgraded chipset and camera system. Whether Apple introduces the 2nm chip next year or waits until 2026, one thing is certain: they are working aggressively to maintain their lead in smartphone technology. If they do bring this advanced chip to market earlier than expected, it could set a new industry standard for both performance and battery life. What do you think? Will Apple surprise everyone with a 2nm chip next year, or will they stick to their original plan? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more tech news. See you in the next one. Smartphone companies are constantly pushing the limits of design, and the latest buzz suggests that Apple is preparing to introduce one of the thinnest smartphones ever, the rumored iPhone 17 Air. Reports claim that this ultra-slim device could set new records in smartphone design, competing with other brands trying to achieve the same goal. Just recently, Tecno made headlines with its Spark Slim concept phone, which was considered the thinnest yet. However, Apple might be ready to take that title. Leaked details suggest that the iPhone 17 Air could be as thin as 5.44 millimeters, making it even slimmer than the 5.75 millimeter Tecno Spark Slim. While the difference may seem tiny, in smartphone engineering, even fractions of a millimeter can have a big impact. But there's more to a phone's design than just thickness. One major aspect to consider is the camera setup, and Apple seems to be making some interesting choices in this area. Instead of sacrificing camera performance for a completely flat design, the iPhone 17 Air is rumored to feature a sizable camera module. While the phone's body itself will be incredibly thin, the camera bump could push the total thickness closer to 5.84 millimeters. This means that Apple is likely prioritizing camera quality, rather than making the entire phone uniformly slim.